Good morning. Happy Halloween. Our apologies here on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Luann or Tim couldn't show up today. So me being Bob Ross, I thought I'd show you how I do the painting that I do. If you are a regular viewer of On TV, then you'll know that Bob Ross actually follows the show. So we admire Bob so much because he's so talented. And then and he,
Bob Ross says that we don't make mistakes. Just happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents.
That's what my mother said about all 5 of us kids.
At least she said they were happy.
He says, Bob Ross also says, there's nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend. Now, too bad you didn't know that when you were a lonely girl in Espanola crying and praying for people to like you.
I could have hugged a tree.
Just hugged a tree.
I could have hugged a tree.
Let's build a happy little cloud. Let's build a happy little tree. There we go.
Happy.
And you know what else Bob Ross says?
Gorgeous.
What can be painted can be punished. So spank me, mama.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I think it means you can beat the heck out of paintings and you can really,
Oh, be careful.
Oh, you know what?
Don't ruin my masterpiece.
I feel like Donald Trump. I've been framed.
Yeah, you and the Donald, for sure.
This
is lovely, though.
You're doing a good job, Lou.
Well, I'm trying to, make a happy little place. Because there are no mistakes.
Isn't this fun?
It is fun.
Did you see all the canned goods, Luann?
Yeah, I wondered what you were doing.
Those are from us. Those are from Superior Media. We Can Scare Hunger. I had them on the show. We Can Scare Hunger. It's like the Me to We thing, and they're collecting canned food. So it's Maitland Ford, and I think a couple schools like St. Paul's they mentioned. I'm pretty sure they said St. Paul's and somewhere else. But anyway, you can find out We Can Scare Hunger, and just take your canned goods. They're collecting until tomorrow.
Okay, Maitland Ford.
So you still have time. Just drop them off at Maitland Ford or St. Paul's School, and there's one more. But if you call Maitland Ford, they'll tell you where to go.
They'll tell you where to go.
They'll tell you where to go, and you can drop your canned foods off for We Can Scare Hunger.
We Can Scare Hunger. We can so. It looks like we might not get the snow that we thought we were going to get for Halloween. It's going to be kind of nasty.
Well, wait a second. Am I a watercolor? Am I going to run if I drink coffee?
Oh, you might. Okay. Don't spill.
I hope I'm oil-based.
Don't.
So we're going to not get the storm?
Well, it might bypass Sault Ste. Marie from Blind River to the Nickel Belt. Environment Canada has actually issued a weather warning, and Sault Ste. Marie might go east. It might go east of us. So take the kids out. You know what? That's my bottom line. I know it might not be 100% perfect, but it never was when I was a kid, and I survived it. Let your kid have some candy. Does
anybody keep track of how often it snows and rains on Halloween and how often it's been nice? Has anybody ever done a study about that?
I wonder.
Because I just feel like we always get...
It's never nice on Halloween.
That's so stupid.
It is. It is dumb. Speaking of Halloween, though, we got some tips for you.
Oh, goody.
From City Police, who, besides... Thank you. Mm-hmm. So, who besides, if you're out and about with the canned goods, parents, guardians, and people who trick or treat, please follow these tips. Use the buddy system. Always trick or treat with a friend or a chaperone. Make yourself visible. Bring a flashlight. Use reflective material on your costume.
Yeah, do that. Paint me with reflective paint.
Yes, good idea. Use sidewalks wherever available. If they aren't,
people don't even use the sidewalks in Sault Ste. Marie normally. I don't understand you people in this city. People, side streets, nobody wants to walk on the sidewalks.
Really?
Stay on the sidewalks, especially on Halloween.
Stay on the sidewalk, or I'll paint you into a corner. Do not eat any treats until a parent or guardian can take a look and sample at least 2/3 of it. At least. That's what
but seriously. Get. Oh, ow! Don't eat the candy on the while you're walking. Don't. Wait till you get home.
Wait till mom or dad or your guardian takes a look at it to make sure. When we were kids, there used to be razor blades inserted into apples and straight pins into apples. So
we were scared of that all the time.
Yeah, we were always. Maybe it was all just fiction.
No, I don't think it was. Don't ever think it was fiction. No, it happened to kids. People got hurt. Don't do it.
They were happy little mistakes, though, Tim. They were just happy little mistakes.
Kids who bit into apples with a razor.
And don't go into anybody's home. especially Tim.
That's true.
Always stay where your parent, guardian, or chaperone can see you.
Unless you go in with your parent or guardian, like if you want, like if it's a haunted house. But like if some creepy old man says, "Oh, now come on in, little boy, and I'm going to show you my little," don't
show you my little
paintings. Come up to my bedroom and see my etchings. Remember that one?
No.
That was an expression.
Etchings?
Today in history, Harry Houdini died.
Bummer.
On Halloween night. Isn't that kind of appropriate?
How interesting.
1926, he died on this date. He was 52 years old. Now, did you know that he trained himself to hold his breath for 3 minutes?
Yes.
That's freaking long.
That's too long.
He held his breath for 3 minutes in the Chinese water torture cell.
Give it a shot.
Now, I always thought he died in a trick gone wrong. But he died
I did too. No?
It says he died of peritonitis. His appendix ruptured.
Oh, I thought you meant he had bad breath. What's
halitosis.
Halitosis.
Houdini died of halitosis.
You know, I thought the same thing.
No, he didn't die of bad breath.
Oh, he didn't.
Also, kind of spooky on this date, in 1952, it was the release of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
Oh, remember that one?
Starring Betty Davis and Joan Crawford.
Betty Davis.
Betty Davis. I can't do Betty Davis. But you are Blanche. You are a cripple in a wheelchair.
That scared the dickens out of me, that movie. Black and white. And when she shoved her down the staircase, oh my God.
And they didn't like each other.
Apparently for real.
Yeah, no, for real. Well, so when Joan Crawford died, have I told you this story? No. When Joan Crawford died, they went to Betty Davis and they asked her for, the press said, can we get a statement? And Betty Davis said, my mother always said we should speak good of the dead. Joan Crawford is dead. Good.
Ouch. Really?
Apparently.
She was evil, eh?
Okay, another scary person on Halloween, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, he's always scary.
He's off the hook again.
What? Again?
His accuser died. The massage therapist died.
Well, that's one way.
So they're not going to go through with the case. They said they can't because they needed his testimony, and he's a guy. So that the first one was the 18-year-old who, as it turns out, was using his phone for the entire encounter. And then they discovered that he really had been like contacting his friends and saying, hey, I'm in a bar with Kevin Spacey, look what he's doing to me, kind of thing. Ew. So that got tossed out, and now this guy was groped when he was massaging Kevin is the story, and he passed away. It said unconfirmed that it was cancer. That's sad. So anyway, he's still got a lot of cases pending in England though, so.
Well, you know what?
Yeah. Okay. Now, topless. Did you hear about the girls who went topless behind what's it called? The center plate? No, what do you call that?
Home
the
plate?
Pictures. Oh yeah, that's
the center plate.
I'm into art, not baseball.
The center plate is the one that's on the top of your mouth.
Okay, so these girls apparently they flashed. They flashed. Yeah, they flashed their boobs.
They flashed their boobs?
And they were wearing, there they are. And they were wearing...
Well, what's left to flash? Seriously, why would you bother?
They flashed, and of course, when I heard that there was that there was a woman behind center plate at the World Series flashing, I said, oh, Melania, sit down. You can't take her anywhere. Old habits die hard.
Oh, it's hard to be Melania.
So anyway, those girls, they run a, what's it called? A digital magazine called Shag Mag.
Shag Mag.
Which features pictures of scantily clad and topless women. And they were wearing Shag Mag t-shirts before they flashed, you see. So they were actually promoting their business. But they claimed also, though, that it was, they did it to raise awareness about breast cancer, and that they would donate some of the proceeds from subscriptions to their digital magazine to breast cancer.
Do you believe that?
I don't know. The stadium didn't care whether they were doing a good thing or not. They've been banned indefinitely.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, they've been banned from the stadium indefinitely.
Wow.
I don't believe there's going to be any criminal charges, though. But they're Julia Rose and Lauren Summer are the two.
Don't buy the magazine.
Models.
Don't do it.
So it wasn't Melania after all.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Melania was told, curb it, baby.
So on the show today,
yes,
it's really appropriate. There's a fundraiser for Rainbow Camp.
Oh, awesome.
It's coming up, and the fundraiser is, they did it last year and it was a huge success, so they're remounting it. It's Rocky Horror Picture Show. So you go and you watch the movie and you sing along and you get prop bags and all this stuff. So my friend Christina Foster is one of the people involved in putting it all together. So I interviewed Christina the other day, and we're going to air that today because it's topical, because it's Halloween and it's the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and it's fun.
My paints are drying up a minute.
Oh, and then Mike Delfrey's coming in from the United Way, because he's got that Algoma, like the food
resource.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
For United Way.
So they're doing a thing called the Great Pumpkin Recall. The Great Pumpkin.
If you have some pumpkins, bring them to them.
Yeah, Mike is going to tell us about that.
Yeah, and make some stuff with it. It's an awesome idea.
Bob Ross has the news. So all that coming up on this lovely Thursday, Halloween, on TV's Mornings with Bob Ross and his painting. See you in a minute.
Last year we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game in Trywood Fire Oven Pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. I'm so happy that Christina Foster is here.
Hi.
I met you. I knew you when you were a little Christina Johnson.
I know.
At St. Mary's College, we did Pippin. You were the narrator,
the lead player, in my tights
Pippin.
and my high boots.
Then you were that character Mary in the what's that one? Next year.
Merrily We Roll Along.
We had so much fun.
Oh, we did.
So you've always really had a thing for theater.
Yes, I have had a big break from theater, but I'm coming back to it now.
Well, and you at CAS, where you are a teacher.
Yes.
You teach theater?
I do teach drama.
You do teach drama.
I have no training in drama, but I do teach it.
But you have experience.
I have experience, life experience. Yes, and I've directed a lot of little plays out there. Some big, some little.
And so now you're getting back into it in many different facets.
So many different ways.
Okay, we'll just briefly talk about the fact that you're not here for the Evil Dead the musical, but you're in it.
I am.
You're loving it.
It's so much fun.
You're probably watching this show. We're pre-recording this.
Yes.
I'm going to air this episode on Halloween.
Ooh,
which means you're going to be on stage tonight.
I will be on stage tonight.
When the audience is watching this.
Dumb Shelley. Dumb Shelley.
Check out The Evil Dead. You said it's hysterically funny.
Oh my gosh. And tonight, I should say,
on
tonight, no, not opening night, Halloween night.
Halloween night.
Thursday, today.
Oh, Halloween's Thursday, okay.
Yes, we will be giving a $5 donation to Arch for anyone who comes tonight and shows up as in any kind of zombie costuming.
There you go. So that's on, but we also thought on Halloween this was the appropriate promotion for the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
Now you're involved, this is second annual. Fundraiser for Rainbow Camp.
Oh, Rainbow Camp.
Near and dear to our hearts.
Yes.
LGBTQ plus camp.
Yeah.
Kids from all over North America now are coming to this summer camp, which is newly relocated.
Yes.
Beautiful new venue.
McCarroll's Lake.
McCarroll Lake,
yeah. It's so nice. Yeah.
The programming is amazing.
It is.
It's become, this has gotten national recognition, Rainbow Camp here in Sault Ste. Marie.
It really has. Yeah.
And what you guys do for fundraising is you help offset the cost for campers who maybe can't afford to come.
Totally.
Whether it's transportation, whether it's, I think, is it $250? I forget what the amount is, Christina.
I think the kids pay around $300, but it should cost them each around $1,000 to come.
Okay.
So it's offset by, I would say, around $700.
So that's why we're doing this fundraiser. Last year you had a great success.
We sold out 2 shows last year, but our shows were smaller. Our shows were about 210 people per show.
Holy smokes.
But we sold out 2 shows, one night only, 2 shows, and we raised $7,000 for Rainbow Camp last year in those 2 shows.
Oh my gosh! And have fun doing it.
So much fun.
A lot of preparation, a lot of work.
Yeah.
Last year you also had a lot of our old friends, buddies, who've gone on to work in the theater professionally.
Stephen McCarthy.
Yeah.
Jason O'Brien. Steve's wife, Alex Maloney McCarthy.
All professional performers. And Nick Stadnick came home.
Nick Stadnick came home.
The old gang.
Yeah, it was the old Rec Room gang, right? We used to do this in our basement.
Did you really?
Like Sunday afternoon, we'd have a Rocky Horror Picture Show party and watch the movie and dress up.
So my background is Rocky Horror. I lived in Toronto when the Roxy was still there. It's been torn down, I believe, since. But anyway, and the Roxy would show the Rocky Horror at midnight. You would go and you watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And people literally, like, they were fanatics.
Yeah.
With props, umbrellas, newspapers, toast, confetti. They yelled back at the screen. I didn't know what I was in for. I just sat there looking around, just blown away.
Yeah.
I'd never seen the movie before to begin with.
Right.
And to experience it like that, I went back many times. So you guys,
we're trying to recreate that, right?
By doing, and now you're at you had to go to a larger venue.
Well, yeah.
Machine shop.
We decided the machine shop would be a better choice for us this year because we don't have to bring in our own stage. We needed extra stage in a theater because a theater has a screen and has this much, stage in front of it, which is not a lot of room to be acting. So we had to build our own stage out, which was a lot of work.
Right.
So the machine shop has a stage.
They do, and they have a screen.
So
they can fit 400 people.
Yeah. Actually, I think we can fit about 600 if we use we want to use the upper,
upper balcony. Oh my gosh!
From the balcony, how cool that will be.
Toilet paper. See, there's wedding scenes. There's all kinds of stuff. There's wedding scenes. There's you're giving out goodie bags, right?
We give out the prop bags are included in the price.
I don't have to bring my own rice, my own toast. If you don't understand what we're talking about, just take a look at Rocky Horror. Go Google it, and you'll find out all the crazy stuff that happens while you're interacting.
Yeah.
Now you have a cast of people who you play Janet.
I play Janet.
You're reprising your role.
Yes.
And Eric Coppola is reprising.
Doctor. He is the best Frankenfurter you will ever see in your life.
He's just a sweet transvestite.
Is he ever? Oh, his costume is perfect. He has the facial features of like Tim Curry. It's so weird. People last year were like, "That's so weird. He looks." When you
did it at the Roxy, they didn't have a cast of people. It was just audience members. Audience members would just get up and stand in front of the movie screen on the little lip of the stage and reenact and lip sync and act it out.
Yes.
Is that what you guys do?
Well, kind of. It's kind of a similar thing. We just figured that not a lot of people here. So Eric and I had always wanted to go to what you experienced, and we can't. We've never experienced that, never had the opportunity. So we thought, let's recreate that, but we don't want to just put on the movie. We want to give that interactive experience to people. Right. So we casted it so that we would have that same idea, except it's just not quite so improvised. It's still fairly improvised.
Right.
So last year we had microphones and we sang along, which proved to be kind of a lot of work for very little payoff. It was kind of redundant. You couldn't really hear us very well. We had great singers, but you couldn't really hear them.
You're not going to do that this year.
We're not doing the microphones
It's not necessary.
This year. It's not.
No.
So we can say the lines if we want to. I mean, we all know them all, but no one in the audience can hear us anyway. So we just kind of acted out.
That's what it was like at the roster.
Yeah.
Now you're also adding another element for people who maybe are not familiar with the show and how the audience responds. You have a second screen.
We do,
with prompts.
Yes,
is that right?
Prompts. We have a variety of prompts. There will be vocal prompts on the bottom of the screen for what you can yell back.
Because
if you've
you
never
actually
done that
yell
before.
at the screen and interact.
Yes.
And some of the things can be pretty adult.
Very adult.
Are you going with an age range on this?
We aren't. It's just if because parents can bring their kids to wwhatever
just
movie
be
they
prepared,
want.
parents. If you're bringing your kids, there may be some language. I mean, it's the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's about
Yes. I will tell you, Eric's children and my child love doing the time warp, and so our kids will be on stage doing the time warp.
That's totally cool. So there's prompts that tell you what to do on the screen, and then also on the second screen.
On the side, there will be prompts that tell you when to throw your toast and when to throw your rice and when to use your water gun because it's raining outside.
And you got a water gun in your
little bag, tiny little water gun filled with
all
water
included
already.
In the price.
Yes, and I should mention, so the ticket price is $30,
right?
But you will get, because it's a fundraiser for Rainbow Camp, you will get a $20 tax receipt.
That's amazing.
Per ticket. Mm-hmm.
So everybody who gets a ticket automatically gets it. You don't have to if you want it, you get it.
Yes.
Where do you sign up for this?
So tickets are online at Eventbrite.
Eventbrite. That's such a cool system.
Did I say the date of the show yet? It is November 9th at 8 o'clock.
No, we didn't say the date of this. That's my fault. I didn't ask yet.
It's okay.
November the 9th. It's
Saturday night.
Saturday night. Okay.
No midnight showing, but
so that's like a week and 4 days from when they're watching this.
That's right.
Okay.
And
or week and 2 days.
And tickets are also available at. They should be available unless they were sold out at Case's Music.
So Case's Music is carrying them on Eventbrite.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
$30. That includes the goodie bag, the entertainment, and $20 goes to Arch.
That's right.
That's brilliant.
Not Arch.
What did I say?
Not Arch.
That was
Rainbow Camp.
That was the other one.
Thing. Yes, we're getting confused.
Rainbow Camp. All right. Okay, so the audience should come in costume.
If you want to, we really highly encourage it. It's so fun to come in costume.
It really is.
The people who, you could see from the stage, it's so cool when people are all dressed up. It's so much fun.
I wonder, do they have costumes from Rocky Horror at any of those Halloween stores?
They do have certain things.
There's a couple. There's a few stores in town that are kind of covering Halloween stuff. So.
Yeah, but you can also make your own. If you look online, you want to be a Transylvanian. It's so easy to make your own Transylvanian costume.
Sure.
You just have to look like a weirdo, really.
So it's a great time at Cash Bar.
Yes.
Okay, at the Machine Shop.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget the Machine Shop has multiple venues now for restaurants. You can go for a steak, you can go for a burger, you can go for a pizza, you can go for an appetizer, whatever.
Yeah.
So grab a bite if you need to, and then just walk.
Perfect. It's such a perfect venue. I love it.
I just pictured everybody at the machine at the mill, whatever, steakhouse dressed up as in fishnets
and pearls. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Going to be a blast.
Oh, it will be so much fun. Come
absolutely go.
Yes.
So join them November the 9th. And also check out Christina and the gang performing in
Evil Dead the Musical.
Evil Dead the Musical tonight through, this is Thursday, so they're right through the weekend.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for being here, friend.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to see you. Come back on the show again when you got to promote.
I would love to.
Anytime. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be back with Luann after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Happy Halloween.
This is On TV.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
Here, education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
If you don't want the zombies coming to your house and breaking in and eating your brains,
or egging
you better
your
get
house.
a hold of KC Security. They're our sponsors, and they'll keep you safe. Remember, what is it? Peace of mind is a matter of choice. That's so true, I'll say it twice. Peace of mind is a matter of choice with KC Security.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Very well done.
Mm-hmm. So, Lou.
Wow. Yes.
On this date in 1541, when you were just a young girl, Michelangelo, did you know what his last name was? I always thought his last name was Michelangelo. That was his first name.
Smith.
Michelangelo Smith.
Right?
Michelangelo Buonarroti.
What?
Buonarroti.
Buonarroti. A rotten.
Buonarroti.
Happy rotten.
Good rotinis, okay. Michelangelo, good pasta.
Good pasta.
He finished painting The Last Judgment in the Sistine Chapel.
Oh, is that the ceiling one?
No, that's the wall, the entire wall behind the altar. That covers the entire wall. It's the second coming of Christ, Lou. There's 300 figures in there.
Very colorful. 300?
They discovered more colors when they recently cleaned it and what do you call it?
Refurbished it.
Yeah, restoration, right? But they also ended up seeing more naked people.
I bet Bob Ross taught him how to paint.
You know what? Naked angels are your friends. It's always good to have a naked angel as a friend. 300 figures in that painting.
Why?
Why are naked angels your friends?
Yeah. Why is it good to have one?
Because when you have a naked angel, and they sit on your shoulder, it gives you something to play with.
Okay.
Okay. So, listen, let me get to my story. There's 300 figures, and nearly all the males and angels were nude, except that later on, they should call it the Pristine Chapel, somebody covered them up.
Put diapers on them.
They painted draperies on them to cover them. When they restored them, though, most of those things came off. Kind of like those pens you get in Vegas when you turn it upside down and the whoop happens.
Oh, yeah, the whoopies happen.
So anyway, it took him 4 years to complete it.
Wow.
Yeah, and he finished the Sistine Chapel ceiling 25 years before. This happened 25 years. It took him that long to get the kink out of his neck. Finally, he could do the wall straight on.
And he was so tired, he's like, I don't care if they're wearing diapers or not.
And you know, it's the very same thing that happened to Michelangelo. It was the same lady complained about the nude paintings in Michelangelo as complained about the statues over the John Rhodes Arena.
She just hung in there. She's just dead set against that kind of art.
She was watching The Young and the Restless, and the commercial came on, and she got bored, and she got out the binoculars, and she started to look from Elizabeth Street, and she saw the nipples and pubic hair, and she said, "Take those down," and they did.
She really disliked the pubic hair part.
Yeah, really did. Yeah, for a while there in Sault Ste. Marie, pubic hair was against the law. There was a bylaw: no feeding the pigeons and no pubic hair. People were coming over the international bridge. It was mandatory waxing. We sent so many ladies back to the Upper Peninsula with Brazilians. It was just nobody wanted to come here anymore.
Brazilians work if you shave too. You don't have to wax because that hurts. You could shave.
Joan Rivers said she uses the Nair cream.
Oh, that burns though.
Well, and she said she lives alone, so she would make happy faces and then bark at her dogs like that. Yeah.
And happy Halloween to you. Because it doesn't have to be any kind of a specific day for Tim to be goofy.
No. Luann.
Yes?
Is it time for the news? I don't know. I was watching. Do we get any cues yet, or are we still going?
We got cues? We did.
Okay, then Luann has
Apparently.
the news. You were laughing. That's why your eyes were closed and you were laughing.
I was laughing in hilarity.
Okay, come back with the news, Luann.
I'll come back with the news after this.
And then I'm going to come back with Mike Belfry after that. So stay tuned.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
We've been tracking a potentially potent fall storm that could produce heavy snow for the region starting tonight. Forecasters have yet to nail down an exact path for the system that will bring strong winds, snow, or heavy rain to parts of the province. At present, the bulk of the snow appears to be heading for east of Sault Ste. Marie. Environment Canada has actually issued a special weather statement for areas including Blind River to the Nickel Belt. Sault Ste. Marie could see a mix of rain or freezing rain along with wet snow, and winds will also be an issue developing tonight. Yesterday, forecasts warned of up to 40 centimeters in snowbelt areas, including Sault Ste. Marie. Environment Canada now says some snow squall activity is expected to develop tomorrow. Sault Ste. Marie PUC say equipment failure was to blame for an unplanned power outage in the Pea Patch yesterday afternoon. PUC report the power was lost at noon. Line crews repaired a switch and power was completely restored to about 141 homes at 2:20 p.m. Toronto police say all 5 teenagers injured in a shooting last night are expected to survive. Chief Mark Saunders said the attack took place in Toronto's West End at about 7:30 when 2 people opened fire in a building hallway. He said the victims included a 16-year-old girl, a 17-year-old girl, and 3 males between the ages of 16 and 18. Police say it's a good fact that all of the victims will likely survive and say one of them underwent surgery overnight. Investigators say they found at least 20 bullet casings at the scene and are currently searching for 3 suspects. Saunders and Toronto Mayor John Tory have repeatedly called for a citywide handgun ban as the city grapples with a rise in shootings.
Apparently it was a joint recommendation, so but I think other people would have got more, you know.
Winnipeg police officer Justin Holtz pleaded guilty to dangerous driving causing death and was sentenced to 30 months. He struck Cody Severite as the 23-year-old was crossing a street north of Winnipeg's downtown in October of 2017.
The police are always telling us don't drink and drive and look it up. You know, it's just not fair. And like I told him there when I was making my statement, I said, why did you leave him? You know, that is my biggest hurt. My grandson lying there, then he drives away, you know.
A wind-whipped outbreak of wildfires outside Los Angeles yesterday threatened thousands of homes and horse ranches and narrowly bypassed the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library.
We still have, an active firefight out there. Some of the challenges are that the winds have been so erratic that there's still a lot of hot spots of the fire. We had multiple strike teams up at the Reagan Library doing structure defense up there, and so when it made that run, we were prepared for that. We also had a lot of neighborhoods surrounding the Reagan Library that we had strike teams in those neighborhoods, so as the fire front came towards those neighborhoods, we were ready for it. And then we're utilizing every resource we have, our fire engines, our dozers, our hand crews, and then our air resources.
Last year we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room. Create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place, at the right time, in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
Here, your education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
There seemed like there was a lot more cans in here.
Do you know where Judith is?
I haven't seen her, but I think we should just get this done and put these in the Lincoln.
Sure.
Okay.
Darcy, have you seen Judith? I know, actually, I haven't. Mike, have you seen Judith?
I think she went that way.
Thanks.
Josh, have you seen Judith?
I don't know where Judith is.
Do you need a hand with that?
No way.
Judith!
Sure if it's been really clear to viewers or to you how I have generally felt about Kanye West. I always thought he was a bit of a loon. Mainly because he was very erratic, right? Okay. Walking up to Taylor Swift at that awards show and taking the mic from her, you know, with a bottle of booze in the other hand. Well, he just very recently did a airplane karaoke with James Corden.
That's a new thing, airplane karaoke.
Well, I guess James was at the airport and his flight was canceled, so he called up his friend Ye. Yeah. And Ye said, "Yeah, I got a plane. Come on." Ye so said, I watched the video. My son sent it to me, and I was like, yeah, you know what? His new single.
This is from the album. What's it called? Jesus is my name. Oh no.
My name, oh.
Yes,
no, that's B-I-N-G-O.
No, it's not. A-A-N-Y-E.
Honestly, though, the plane ended up being full of people from a choir, and they sang along with Kanye, and his new song, I have to say, is very, very intriguing, very catchy. I listened to it twice. I would listen to it again. He is talking an awful lot in the interview about how he has found God.
Okay.
And God has spoken to him.
All right.
And I'm hoping it's legit.
Jesus is King.
Jesus is King. Yes, that's the album. But he also does these Sunday mass things every Sunday. He gathers and they get together and he talks about God and they sing gospel songs.
So are you saying that your opinion of Kanye West has changed?
If this is legit, if what I saw in this video is truly him now, and he said, James Corden said to him, you know what, people aren't going to believe that you changed. And he said, when you're asleep, right? When you're awake, right? So that's two different places to be. So he feels like he's awakened now. Yeah, so you know what?
There you go.
Good for you, man. Very positive, very uplifting, very old-fashioned gospel type of environment during this particular interview. I thoroughly enjoyed it. As I said, I watched it twice. Way to go, Kanye. Turn it around, buddy.
I watched Taylor Swift on The Voice.
How was that?
I like her.
What?
I know.
I like Kanye. He likes Tay-Tay. What?
It must be Halloween. Hey, the Great Pumpkin Rescue coming up with Mike Delfrey after this. Very interesting. And our shout out to KC Security. Thanks again for sponsoring the show, guys. We'll be right back after this with Mike Delfrey.
Here, your education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. Mike and I are just reminiscing about the olden days. You debuted on television when you were
about 3 months old on Romper Room.
On Romper Room?
Right.
I said, how did you get on TV at 3 months old?
Well, I worked cheap.
Yeah, Frank Gardy
was my cousin. He had no money, so my sister and I, we were on TV.
Back
and,
on
live TV.
CJIC.
Old CJIC, yeah.
Wild.
Were great old days.
Now you are with you're with Harvest Algoma, which is a part of the United Way.
Yes.
You're funded by the United Way.
We are totally funded by the United Way. We're a division, the newest division of the United Way.
The Food Security Division. Is that what you're called?
That's correct.
Yeah,
Food
good
Security
for me.
Division. Yeah, right. And it's the part of the United Way's mission, or the way the United Way achieves its mission of poverty reduction in Sault Ste. Marie. So that's food security is one of the major issues that people have, especially poor people.
So you've taken over what was formerly the Croatian Hall.
That's correct.
On Second Line.
That's our Food Resource Center.
Food Resource Center. Yeah. Can you describe that building, the setup of that building for me?
So what used to be the banquet hall now is a dry goods warehouse. Okay. So we bring in surplus food from producers out of Toronto, and then agencies that have clients to support are able to come and shop essentially and just pick up the food they need.
Did you say you have 28 agencies?
We have 28 agencies currently.
28 agencies that come in and they can help themselves to the resources that are in there for.
for their clients.
So it's canned goods, dry goods, and then we have a large commercial freezer. So we have frozen, a lot of meat, frozen vegetables, etc.
No kidding.
Surplus food is one way we receive food, and now we've begun a new program. It's called Food Rescue.
Food Rescue.
Right. So we have Jordan Lipscomb is our Food Rescue coordinator.
Yeah.
And he visits grocery stores and restaurants.
Hey, tell me that statistic that you told me about local food waste.
Well, local food waste in North America is estimated to be 40 to 45% of all the food that's grown in North America gets wasted.
40 to 45% of the food grown in North America ends up being wasted.
In the landfill. So approximately half of the food we grow. And there's lots of reasons for it, and there's lots of ways that it happens. And for instance, that's reasons I'm here.
Yeah.
Right? Halloween tonight,
yes,
people will buy pumpkins as decorations for Halloween.
And you told me that from what you've heard, that people have bought the pumpkins and there's none left in the stores.
What I'm seeing on social media is that there's no pumpkins left.
Okay, so
which is actually a good news story for us, because that means less waste.
If people listen to what you're about to tell us.
Well, exactly. So what people typically do is use a pumpkin for decoration, and then when Halloween's over, unless they compost, which not many people do, or they cook with pumpkin, which also is not a very common thing, these will end up in the garbage.
That's a waste.
Which means they go to a landfill and they create,
methane
greenhouse gases, methane gas, and so forth.
And Abby Obenchain from Clean North told me that's worse than carbon monoxide, is those methane gases that come out of the food that gets in the...
So we, last year, for the first time, began a pumpkin rescue.
Cool.
And rescue means you save something from being lost, right?
Huh.
Someone you rescue them from drowning or from the fall. Food can be rescued in the same way.
Okay.
So people can bring us intact pumpkins, only intact.
So you can't have carved them yet,
right?
For them to be used for food.
Right, that's correct. There's health standards that we have to follow.
But a lot of people will buy a pumpkin and not carve it.
That's true.
Or they'll do squashes and stuff. And you'll take any kind of a squash.
Anything like that.
And as long as it's not carved,
right,
it can be
processed, cooked, and used. And I actually brought you some examples of what we do with rescued food.
Oh, I like.
So,
Michael,
these are and I brought these also because you folks do such a great job helping people like me get our message out. So I thought, well, you should have a treat. You should have a reward.
It's Halloween and I get treats. I'll share with everybody.
I bought some. So these are dried plum oatmeal cookies. So the ingredients in these cookies and in these muffins,
May I try one?
Yes, you can. So these are cranberry bran muffins. So all of these ingredients are... That's...
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. All of these ingredients are rescued ingredients. So they came from a grocery store, either because they were surplus, they were about to expire, or people donated them to us. And then we cook with them, and then these products will go to agencies, they'll go to social service hubs for after-school snacks for kids.
Oh no, really?
They'll go to the pantry at Algoma University for students. 28 agencies are able to get this food. So I wanted to show people this is what we do with food we rescue. It's delicious. And it's real. Food rescue is a real practice.
That's really good.
And so
now, if you've carved your pumpkin,
yes,
I understand the GFL is going to be up there, so you can actually bring, whether you have a full pumpkin completely ready to be used for food, or if you have a carved pumpkin, rather than throw it in the garbage, bring it up as well to the same location, and GFL will be there, and they're going to compost it.
That's correct. So GFL,
so they'll take all pumpkins, all squashes, all that stuff, whether it's carved or not, one way or the other.
Right.
It's going to be looked after.
Yeah. So Cambrian Mall and GFL have partnered with us this year to rescue whole pumpkins or to collect and compost carved pumpkins.
When's this happening?
So Halloween's tonight.
It is so.
So the bin will be placed at the mall today. So starting tomorrow.
The poster's up right now. Thanks, Michael.
For 3 days.
You're going to be there for 3 days?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Well, people are busy, and by the time they get organized.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's great.
And then we'll be taking the bin to Lemieux for composting.
Okay.
And then we start on Monday processing these pumpkins, and we roast them, puree them, and put them into bags and freeze them, and we use them all winter long to cook with.
For soups and stuff.
Right.
Oh my goodness, I did that too. I took the insides of my pumpkins out and I froze them and saved them for soups and for pies.
Yeah.
Okay, I had another question. My other question was, which parking lot? Are you like in front of the Winners kind of thing, like where they do their tree chipping and all that stuff normally?
Right.
Yeah.
You'll see there'll be a bin with a big banner on it.
Oh, cool.
So you'll be able to tell if that's what it's for.
All right.
And it goes up today. So starting to anytime tomorrow for the weekend, people can bring carved pumpkins there or carved anything there. So pumpkin rescue is one example of food rescue. We've also begun a rescue of people's fruit trees.
So when you're driving down the street and you see all those apples lying on the ground and people are driving over them, that's food, man. Let's not waste that.
Yeah, it's food, but it's also very nutritious food.
Yes.
Right? It's healthy food.
So what are you guys doing? Are you going around picking up apples?
We get permission from the property owner to go on their property, and we'll harvest a tree.
So if somebody has a tree and they don't want to deal with the yard mess, they contact you. You'll come over and take the fruit.
That's correct.
That's so brilliant.
Yeah. So pears, apples, plums. The plums in that.
Yes.
And those,
are they
those
rescued?
Cookies may be rescued.
They may be rescued.
Yeah.
Oh, and you also down at Mill Market. There are people who collect stuff from Mill Market and bring that stuff and help distribute it too, right? That's all repurposing. Because how much of that would end up as waste?
Well, if it wasn't rescued, it would all end up in the landfill.
Right. And you get transport trucks from Toronto coming up. It's amazing what you're doing, Michael.
Yeah.
Now, but Mike Delfrey has pointed also to me that this is under the United Way, and you're completely funded by the United Way, so therefore we've got to get on board with our campaign.
That's right.
The target is like 1.2 million this year, something like that?
Yeah, they have a 5-year target of $6.5 million, so a little about $1.25 million each year. And it's important to understand that this is the United Way. We're a division. We're not a separate agency.
Right.
So if you want to support food rescue and poverty reduction in community,
and Harvest Algoma, support the United Way. Okay.
You can designate your donation if you wish to Harvest Algoma.
But they budget for you.
But you have to support the United Way to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. Mike Delfrey from Harvest Algoma, United Way. Thanks for being here. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Congratulations on all this success, my hero. Okay, so we'll be back to say goodbye with Luann after this.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
What are you eating?
Oh, it's a dried plum oatmeal cookie, and it's rescued.
It's rescued?
All this food is rescued.
Rescued?
Yeah, Luann, it's really
I
good.
love Halloween.
Help United Way. Help harvest Algoma, end poverty.
And if you have pumpkins, bring them to the resource center, right?
No, you're going to bring them to a parking lot at Cambria Mall. And if you have canned food, take them to Maitland Motors before Friday for We Scare Hunger.
Yeah.
We're going to wipe out hunger in Sault Ste. Marie. And we'll see you tomorrow on Friday.
Wiping out my hunger on Sault Ste. Marie.
Have a great Halloween. Stay safe.